Welcome back, everyone, to GameZone Birdroom. GameZone. And of course, it's not the GameZone Birdroom without all the birds. Hello, Dex. Hello, that moose. Hello's a pretty girl. Who's a pretty girl? Here's my little bubbers. Hello, Rocky. Hello, there, little Rex. Hello there, little Donny. What have I got for you today, guys? Well, it's a special episode. I'm standing outside Legends Arcade that's going to have its grand opening next weekend. And I've got unlimited access today. So let's go and see Mark, the owner. Well, Mark, thank you so much for letting me have this unlimited access. So, how did you come about with the idea of Legends Arcade?
So, for a while I'd been wanting to do my own thing and sort of thinking of what would people want. And obviously gaming is quite popular. I'm big into video games myself. So I thought, why not an arcade? So, everybody's got availability to come and play video games.
Too right, yeah. As you know, I'm a massive fan of video games. It's a great pastime, and it's that the nostalgia that gets you as well, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot of the stuff that we've got is quite retro. So it's giving the younger generation the option to play something that they'll have never played. It's giving the sort of older generation a bit of, like you said, nostalgia to come and play what they played as kids and sort of relive that memories. And also, we've got some modern sort of consoles as well to give people the scope to come in and play them as well.
Yeah, I was having a quick look around. And yeah, the scope you've got, like from Xbox One all the way down to like the Mega Drive, the Super Nintendo, and that is it's brilliant. A lot of games for people to play, which it's you can't get better than that, can you?
Yeah, the whole scope was to what availability of games can we get for these consoles? What consoles can we set up? And what's going to draw people in? So having the range of having various consoles for people to come in and play, I think just opens it up, and having multiple sort of games for that console as well. You've got a good lot of classics there. Like we've got an Atari that we've got the original Pac-Man on, and the amount of times I've been asked, "Do you have Pac-Man?" Yes, I do, and I've got an Atari, so it's quite good.
Yeah, Pac-Man, what a classic. So Legends Arcade, and there's no arcade, so obviously it was an original idea for the shop.
Yeah, so ideally it was going to be a proper sort of arcade, sort of like 90s, early 2000s vibes, with your proper upright cabinets. Unfortunately, due to the location, not a lot of people were really interested in shipping machines up here, especially on a rental basis. I did have a deal with somebody that was going to supply machines and would do a rental basis, so it was more profit share, so they'd take 50%, I'd take 50%, and everything like that. But with my setbacks I've had with other things, I'd kept the person in the loop. When it came to actually getting machines, I'd sent messages, I'd made phone calls, and all of were ignored. So I had to try and find a different avenue on what I was going to do. I already had it in my back pocket that if it fell through with arcade machines, I was going to do it with consoles. So yeah, not so much a arcade, more of like a, I don't know, a bit like a console, a gaming centre.
Yeah.
But that's more of a mouthful than saying an arcade. So.
It's got more of a ring in it, Legends Arcade. So it's a real shame that sort of fell through, really.
Yeah, so it was quite disappointing that fell through. But the benefit of it being consoles is we can offer more. So there's more variety of games. We're not stuck to a fixed price. Whereas, we're going to charge £5 an hour to come and play, and you can play what you want. Whereas with an arcade machine being at £1, you can both through that. You can both through £5 in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, you can.
You get an hour worth of play for a £5. So it's more cash effective for people coming in, and again, there's more variety on what we can offer.
Also, like the idea with game consoles, you can actually sit down and chat with someone next to you as well, where you don't really get that with the arcades. You're standing alone, aren't you? Unless it's a two-player one. But with the setup you've got here, you can literally just sit down next to someone and have a little chat while you're playing.
Yeah, so it's more of like social aspect as well to it. So you're looking at the benefits of gaming and everything like that. So obviously there's the helps hand-eye coordination, helps dexterity and stuff like that. But it's the social aspect as well. It gets people out of the house. It gets them to come and play. Whether it's kids coming to see their friends, they've got a central point. They come and play video games with their friends rather than being in separate households doing that. Or grown-ups having a play about with their mates, reminiscing of split screen Call of Duty, or two-player Mario. It's what you did as kids, and it's great to sort of have that freedom to be able to offer that.
Yeah, caters for so many ages. Just before I came into the shop, this young girl asked me, "Oh, when's the place opening?" She was only about 14, so I thought that's really good. If she spreads the word to her friends, then you can have just a whole mixture of people.
Yeah, so we did an open day last Saturday. We had 8 people in, different age groups, and it kicked off really well, and people were getting to see what we can offer. So yeah, our official open date is going to be the 7th of September, opening 12 till 6. And yeah, hopefully I'll get a good turnout and people all like what I've done, and we're offering like membership cards and stuff like that as well. So hopefully that'll get people to come back time and time again, and that'll be a place that'll be here for a good while and not a short while.
Yeah, well, let's hope, because I think Fort William could really do with this.
Yeah, it's been an ask. So over the years, and you see on social media and that there's a lot of people that complain that there's nothing for kids to do in the area. Like, I remember when I moved to Fort William about 13 years ago, there used to be some arcade machines at the back of the Nevis Centre, and over the years they sort of disappeared. There's nothing really left to do. So yeah, we've got the cinema now, which is fantastic. We've got 10-pin bowling, but that's 2 activities. And there needs to be something else. Like Fort William's a place for outdoors, because again it's the outdoor capital of Scotland. But it's not really a great thing to do when it's raining. So it's a place. We're dry, we're warm. It's a place for people to come, have fun, and either play a game that they've never played before, or reminisce on a game that they've played when they were younger. And that's the experience that I want people to have when they're here.
Well, brilliant. I think we should have a little look around.
Yeah,
don't you think?
Still? Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Where do you want to start?
Let's go down to the Segas.
Oh, Sega. So we're at the Sega stand. We're playing on a Mega Drive 2 here. And we're playing Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Classic.
Sonic was one of that great games. From when I was a kid, I remember playing Sonic 1, 2 and 3 on the Sega. It's a fantastic game. Again, it's 2-player, so it's not you don't necessarily need to play it by yourself. You can sit and play it with a friend. So yeah, it's again this Sega was.
It was a great idea introducing towers for that 2-player element, because that's what was missing for the first one. Unlike Mario, which has got Luigi.
Yeah, so you've always had like that choice. So I think Nintendo did it really well at first with, like you said, Mario playing that 2-player aspect, and I think like Sonic lost that in the first game, and then opening up again to Sonic 2 where you can play with Tails really opens it up to multiplayer and having a friend around when you were a kid, or as an adult now playing it in a gaming centre where you can play with your friends, or just again play it by yourself.
Yeah, very clever idea from Sega bringing towers in.
I think the Sega was a good console. So like you're saying, like Sonic is a great 2-player game. It's more the variety of the moves that you can do with Sonic, Tails, and then Sonic's that iconic character from Sega. You know, it's like when you think Nintendo, you think Mario. When you play Sega, you think Sonic.
And the colour choice for their new mascot, Blue, was just perfect, wasn't it?
You know, it's fantastic. And again, the Sega console, you know, when they first came out with the Master System, was fantastic with their built-in game. And then moved to the Mega Drive. So obviously, we're playing the Mega Drive 2 just now. We do have a Mega Drive 1 as well, so a bit more. Yeah, they both play the same games, but it's more that classic feel of the console when you see it, rather than just.
Yeah,
it's a little bit smaller than that.
I'm definitely a Mega Drive 1 man. That was my first game console, true game console I had when I was 7 years old.
Yeah.
I got for Christmas in '91. So I've got a lot of nostalgia for the original Mega Drive 1.
First console, so my first console I got was a PlayStation 1 in like 96, 97. And with that I got Croc, Legendary Gobos, Babsy 3D, Jurassic Park, The Lost World, and V-Rally.
V-Rally, great game.
You know, when you got that cheat code to get the 4-wheel drive on the roller coaster track was fantastic. So it was just great, and it was just fantastic to get that console, and everybody had one. And so like when you went down to your mate's house and all that, you could play it. So it's the same aspect here. We've got all that consoles that we've had as kids, but
yeah, see, I messed up a bit with the fifth generation. I got the Saturn. No one had a Saturn when I was at school, except for me.
It was the same. Like I got offered a Saturn. My parents were like, when you used to get gaming shows on TV, my parents were like, "Oh, the Saturn's there. Would you want that or a PlayStation?" I was like, "Oh no, I'll get a PlayStation because all my mates have one." And now when you look at them, like PlayStations, you can pick up no problem. Saturns are a whole different story.
Yeah, brilliant console. It's my favourite game console of all time. But it is. I mean, if you want to start a collection, don't go for the Saturn.
Yeah, a bit expensive to be picking up for a starter if you're going to start retro collections.
Yeah, that and Neo Geo, just it's a big no-no.
Yeah. There we go, and that's Sonic. So yeah, fantastic console. One of my favourites. I think, you know, Sega over the years have been really good. I think the Dreamcast, when that was released, was a great console.
Oh, it was such a shame that it had such a bad, a sad ending.
Yeah, it was one of the ones. It was, I don't know whether it was advertising or that, or it was just too ahead of its time. You know, it was a fantastic console. The graphics still hold up today.
Oh, it's beautiful console.
I've got one through an RF connection. You know, Soul Calibur on it. The graphics are just really crisp. So, yeah. So, do you want to look at another console that we got?
Yeah, let's have a look. Here we are playing the 2600, the Atari. What a classic! This is the second revision, the nice slim black version. And yeah, we are playing an absolute classic, Pac-Man. It may not look like the arcade original, but it played just as well.
Yeah, so obviously like Namco was like one of the first companies that came out with arcades with the Atari, you know, be that home arcade feel. And it's good, like the controller feels different than probably anything else you'll use. It's not like like you said, your arcade joystick where it's free moving. There is a bit of tension to it. So like a lot of people when they first use one, they find it quite strange to use. But once you get the hang of it, it's, you know, quite straightforward.
It plays very well, doesn't it?
Yeah. For an old console, you know, the graphics are what the graphics are. You know, your true sort of like 8-bit game. It's playing it simple. You know, it's what the Atari needed to be. I think when it came out, it was what it was when it came out. You know, it's like the original sort of like when you think back of all games consoles, everybody's like, oh, Nintendo. But then you've got like, well, Atari. You know, it's
Atari was one of the first.
Yeah.
They sort of sort of started the console craze, basically.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Atari, yeah, I think back in the day they had a few flops, and they're the first to admit that. You know, there is a Netflix documentary about arcades and the guys behind like Ms. Pac-Man and how Ms. Pac-Man was created, and the story behind that's really cool. But it's like, you know, they opened up the gaming world a bit more, how to like create more difficulty and more challenge to games, because there is a pattern to Pac-Man, and if you're smart enough, and well, I'm not that person, you know, you can remember the pattern on how all the layout is, so you can memorize it. Whereas Ms. Pac-Man is more
It's a bit more difficult
game.
Yeah,
because it's got a more sporadic pattern to it, rather than just being a set pattern like Pac-Man is. I'm not that good at it.
I love the sound effects of the Atari.
It's
so nostalgic hearing these effects. You know, it has such a huge effects on me. These sound effects, like the Spectrum does. It's
playing it simple. You know, it does what it says in the tin. It's, you know, Pac-Man itself is a fun game. It can keep you entertained if you're trying to obtain that high score. You know, it's one of that games that you can quite easily play for.
You can lose yourself in it.
Because like, this is me on the second level. Yeah, I've already lost my lives on the first time round. I'm still on the second level, going for, you know, an eye round. You know, I'm quite happy. And you know, this is one of the ones that once we do get properly open, we want to hold a Pac-Man tournament. So like, who can get the highest score and stuff like that as well. And it's one of the ones that's so easy to hold a tournament on Pac-Man, because, you know, the point scoring is pretty simple.
That's what I find. You know, sometimes the simplest of games are the best.
Yeah, and again, like, the graphics aren't crazy. Like, yeah, you can go get, you can play arcade classics on the Xbox. You can play them on an arcade setup and stuff like that. But it's not as much fun as it is on the Atari. You know, because the movements, like I said, the movement on the controller is very minimal. So you're not like, ragging it about. Like, you can rag it about.
Don't get you anywhere.
Doesn't get you anywhere faster. And it's just so simple a controller. When you think what controllers are now, what's that, like 20 odd buttons on the controller?
Oh,
Whereas
it's
that's
loads.
one button and a joystick, and it's simple. It's entertaining.
That's all you needed. That's all you needed in the 70s, though.
Yeah.
You didn't need any more.
Yeah.
You know, it was.
So yeah, it's a great console. You know, and again, Atari's is coming out soon with their new, I think it's a 7600, it's going to have built-in games. So you've got the Atari Gold, which has got 30 built-in games, and there's a new Atari coming out. Well, so keep an eye and see what that looks like. It looks quite a lot like the 2600.
It does, yeah. I've seen.
But there's a lot of talk, so I think it's going to have quite a big backlog on what games are on it. So looking forward to that, and there might be something. If the shop's still going when it comes out, it might be something that we look at upgrading this 2600 with. You know, try and move a little bit with the modern times, but keeping it retro at the same time.
Yeah, no, I think that's a fantastic idea. They're releasing a Spectrum as well in November.
All right, nice.
Yeah, it's like the mini consoles as well, and it's gonna have 48 built-in games.
That's good. The mini consoles are good. I think price point on them feels a bit high at times.
Yeah,
especially the people that are buying them just to sell them on. Like, they're buying them for.
Especially with the Super Nintendos when they originally came out.
And it's like, you know, it's pretty good, because I know the Sega ones, you can actually play Sega carts on them as well. So
yeah,
it's quite handy, because then it opens up that retro gaming feel to another generation, which is, again, it's fantastic.
Yeah, because a lot of them just don't know what cartridges are.
Yeah, the common misconception of, you probably did it as a kid, I did it as a kid, you know, blowing in the bottom of your cart when it didn't work, and it says on the back of it, do not blow.
But it made it work.
Yeah. So, but no, it's great, and just having, like, it brings back so much memory and stuff like that for me, like playing video games, and it's what I loved doing as a kid. It's what I spent time with my friends doing growing up. You know, like I said, I grew up with a PlayStation 1, and then we used to grow up, because I grew up in Inverness, so we had rollerball, and spent a bit of a time in an arcade there, and the arcade in Inverness, which sadly is no longer there, which was Nessie's. I loved that. So what we're going to do next, I think we'll go to a Nintendo Wii setup that I've got, and we will look at one of my favourite arcade games that actually was released on the Nintendo Wii, called Ghost Squad. And again, it's another Sega game. So
Brilliant.
I think that's something that we'll want to have a look at just now.
We are at the Wii stand now.
So again, so like I said, this is Ghost Squad. It was a Sega game for the Nintendo Wii. One of my favourite games. Again, I went and bought gun attachments for the Wii remote just to give it a bit more
Arcade feel.
Vibe to it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a great game. Again, you've got your aim on the screen, and yeah, I spent many a time playing this in Nessie's and Inverness. And then just to reload, you just need to move your gun off the screen, and it's really easy. Again, it's quite a lot of choice, so you can go first floor, second floor, so I'm going to go with remove bombs. It's such an interactive game. The fact that it's an arcade game as well that you can save data on, so it allows you to get weapon locks, different camouflages and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool, and you can use that next time round.
It's quite revolutionary when it came out, wasn't it?
Yeah, different, because when in the arcade it was like a credit card that you got to slot in, and that saved your data and then the magnetic strip on it. So again, so yellow, blue, red. So yeah, a lot of sometimes the difference is you have to use the A button to do stuff. So yeah, I've got to remember the watch. So let's see. Yellow, blue, red. Failed.
Oh no!
Too busy talking. So yeah, but you can like save hostages and stuff like that. Again, it was just I think the idea of the game and how it works. But yeah, it's a fun game. Again, it's 2-player, so you and your friend, you can come on in, play this.
I can imagine this being very popular.
Yeah, it was, again, like me and my friends used to play this all the time in the arcade, because again, you got a machine gun set up, and it was just quite, it's fun, it's interactive. Again, it's kind of like, Time Crisis and that on the PlayStation. It's a fun game to play, and it just helps. It's a bit more interactive. I'm dead on it, but again, you can continue where you left off. Like I said, if this was a normal arcade, when you died there, that'd be £1. So when you finish the level, it'd be £1. So doing this way, you can stand here and play this whole game for the whole hour if you wanted.
Yeah, I think it's good value for money like that.
Yeah.
It probably works out, but as you said earlier, it works out better with the consoles.
Yeah, when you think about like everybody's like cost of living, you're trying to think of what's a fun activity. I'll pause this. What's a fun activity that you can do that's affordable? And when you're looking at what people charge per hour and what people make per hour, so you're looking at how cost effective it is for people to come and have fun and do something recreational. That's why we've chosen like the £5 an hour for people to come and play, because it's quite affordable. For like your minimum wage at $11.44, I think it is, you can come and have 2 hours of fun for 1 hour of work, and you're looking at that sort of balance. So yeah, I feel that the paying it for the hour is a lot more affordable. I know there's other places that do this kind of thing down in England. The place that I looked at for pricing, they're $7.95 an hour. Like, they've got a slightly bigger setup than what I have here, but I feel like £5 justifiable for people to come and play.
I think so, yeah, with what you're offering.
Yeah, exactly. So, and again, like I said, we've got plenty of setups here. So we've got an original Xbox, we've got PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, a Wii.
So we've got the OG Xbox down here.
So we've got the PlayStation 1 that plays Japanese games.
It's a Japanese game on the go at the moment. A demo of it.
So that's Nets Racing Toyota. Then we've got PlayStation 2 with some Time Crisis 3 on the go there. Like I said,
So, I mean, you've got loads of choice here as
Yeah.
well.
we've got
See the Wii setup.
The Wii setup. And again, we've got the 2 Mega Drives. So we've got Mega Drive 1, Mega Drive 2. We've currently got the Pandora's Box as well. We've got an Xbox One.
I recognise that.
That's a good one, James. We've got the Xbox One. We've got an Xbox 360. We've got a PS3.
This is a great setup. This is
So-
going to be incredibly popular.
So that's the Logitech G29 setup. So it's one of the newer racing setups from Logitech. So obviously you've got your 3-pedal control. It does have a gear stick as well, but that's compatible with the PS4. So at some point we will be putting a PS4 in as well. Like I said, over here we've got the Xbox One,
Yeah, Xbox One.
360. We've still got
Nice big wad of games there for the Xbox 360. Obviously, here's classic here, one of my favourite consoles of all time, the Mega Drive 1. Again, the Atari 2600, absolutely classic. A few games down there to play. And another fat PS1 down there.
Yeah, like I said, we've got a Wii U to get installed yet, possibly a PlayStation 4 as well, and we've got a SNES and an NES. Both I just need a bit of repairing first before we can get them in, so we're going to get them repaired first, and then they'll be in with a selection of games available for them. Obviously the classic for the NES of Super Mario, it's the 2-game collection on one. So you've got Super Mario and Duck Hunt. So we've got the light gun.
Oh, you got the Zapper, yeah?
The Nintendo Zapper.
Brilliant.
So we've got that, and that'll be hooked up to one of the TVs as well. We'll probably take out one of the Mega Drives to put that in, just add a bit more variation to it. And then again, we've got the SNES as well. So we'll get all them set up, and yeah, hopefully.
Also, as you notice, guys, there are some actual original CRT TVs being used with some of the original consoles, the old school,
So yeah,
either by
CRT
SCART or by composite or aerial.
Yeah, CRT TVs, unfortunately, incredibly hard to come by. Unfortunately, it's only my small vehicle and a big Panasonic up the back that actually work with light guns. So I am on the lookout, and I have spoken to a few people to keep their eye out for curved screen CRTs for me, so we can open up a bit more, shooting games, because that's where the fun is, isn't it?
It is.
Isn't it?
Oh, definitely.
You can button bash all you want, but holding a light gun in your hand and shooting somebody.
It's a great feeling.
Yeah, it's great. So yeah, we've got plenty of scope to do that.
Yeah, I must say it's looking really good, and you're opening up hopefully next weekend.
Yeah, so 7th September. If anybody wants to just check out my Facebook page, Facebook and Instagram is Legend Arcade. They've got plenty of all the infos on them, on what we're doing. You can even go right back and see what the place looked like before, when I first got it, and to what it is now. So if you see that, like the people that have been watching me since day dot, they'll notice the difference more than, like, obviously somebody new coming in, it's like some bits are a bit still rough on the edges, but compared to what it was 2 years ago, it's night and day.
Even when I first saw it a few months back.
Yeah, we've had a lot done in since new furniture all in, more posters up on the wall, I think carpet finalised, toilets.
Also t-shirts, you can buy t-shirts here as well, some comics, which will be on for sale.
So we've got comics, we've got some figurines, we've got
pop heads. And...
Yeah, we've got Pokemon Trick or Trade cards. We've got the 2022, 2023, and we'll have the 2024 ones coming in stock within the next few weeks. And we have branded t-shirts, and we have our own Legend Arcade t-shirts for sale as well. And hopefully within the next few months I'll be launching my new design for my t-shirts as well, thanks to some AI generated imagery. So yeah, looking forward to getting that up on the run.
And I will make sure I am here next Saturday to have a little film about, just to see the place up and running properly.
Yeah, that'll be great.
Mark, it's been an absolute pleasure, mate. Thank you for this unlimited access.
Thank you very much for coming along.
I can't wait for this to open. It's going to be brilliant.
Yeah, it's going to hopefully be good.
Well, it's been an absolute pleasure, Mark. If you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Button bash that like, subscribe, hit that little bell, and take it easy.
Come and follow me on my YouTube channel. I've got a YouTube channel for Legend Arcade. I think it's under Legend Arcade 2022. I've got no videos up on it yet, but keep an eye on the page, and hopefully over the next few months we'll start uploading some videos.
I will link that channel in the description below, so check that out.
Awesome, thank you very much, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video, and hope to see some of you coming in and playing some video games.
Take it easy, guys.
Thank you.
GameZone.